Hey guys, welcome to Night Owls. It's July 13th and it's Sunday, and it's good to be here with you, Sacha.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Well, I saw you all day today. So, guys, thanks for being here. Night Owls is a program we do sometimes, and we did our daylight dispatch on Thursday, and we made so much money. We did a Night Owls because the gold thing. But it's fun to be here, and a busy week ahead. And I've been doing daily content. I think that's kind of fun.
I've noticed it.
Yeah.
So are you going to do videos just where you do talk about a certain thing, or just the news in general now?
Well, news in general for now. I'm trying that.
So are you not going to do your show anymore?
No, I will. I still have my Friday show on Wednesday. So yeah.
And then if you make the goal or whatever.
Yeah, this Monday, tomorrow we have other plans I got to do during the day, but yeah.
Right. So, and Tuesday also, we have to take Benji back to the vet.
Oh, every day this week we got something going on. But sucks. Yeah, it's good to be here, guys. And thank you for being here.
Oh, and no sound, people are saying.
No sound, huh?
That's what somebody in the chat's saying.
So, guys, sorry about that. I don't know why. Let me exit out and go back in. All right. Well, I'm trying again here. We did our.
Okay, it's on your end, dude.
Yes. False alarm. Sorry, guys. Someone said no sound. And it turned out we did have sound. So
yeah, they're the one without sound.
We should have tested first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a couple things to talk about. We saw the Superman movie today, and I said after the movie, because Sacha asked, "What did you think of the movie?" And I said, I don't want to tell you. I want to wait till we do this on Night Owls.
Didn't like it.
And then we can go through. Sasha knows me fairly well, but we'll see if she's right.
I know, because you said they should have made a movie just about the dog, and that's when I was like, oh, Paul doesn't like this. And I thought, this is Superman. It's supposed to be action-packed. That's what Superman is. If you've ever seen any of the movies, he rescues all the people and keeps big buildings from falling over, and Paul doesn't like that kind of thing, so I doubt he liked it. I liked it.
Well, we'll go over. I did like the dog. The dog was named Cyborg. Was that his name?
Yeah.
And that was a cute dog. It reminded me of Benji. It was like a crazy dog. It was this companion. And the movie was, Sasha's right. I'm not a big superhero fan. I know there's something wrong with me, but I just find those movies boring. I don't know why. There's explosions. There's people fighting. There's this and that. And I'm just like, So I like more of a plot-driven, character-driven thing. That's me. Now, what was interesting, let me just do the pros and cons from a woke point of view. Luckily, Superman was a white male.
He was. Lois Lane, too.
And there was, I don't think, any homosexuals in it that I saw. No. So that was
good. Green Lantern was supposed to be. I don't know.
Yeah, they had the Justice League, and I don't really follow that. And they have this black guy that looked weird. And I'm like, are they doing the black smart scientist trope here?
Yes.
And Sasha said, yeah, that's, what's his name?
Mr.
Fabulous.
Terrific.
Oh, Mr. Terrific.
Or is that what his name is?
No, I think it's Mr. Terrific. You're right. And so they had that trope in. And it was, didn't you kind of get, it was sort of a propaganda. We got to allow aliens and people, because Superman's an alien, and people were bigoted against him online because, they thought he would hurt America. Didn't you get that propaganda a little bit in there?
It was supposed to be, though. You went to the bathroom for like a good half hour. It was supposed to be like Lex Luthor, though, was the one that was pushing the propaganda.
Right, but it still was. And then they supposedly... And
that's because his parents in that video said that you're supposed to rule over all these people, lord over them, but it was actually bullshit.
Yeah, but the idea was, it was trying to do, I think, a message like, oh, you're just ignorant if you don't allow aliens in, because aliens can really help the society. Obviously, if it's Superman, I don't care. But if it's some, squat Guatemalan, which we saw today in a McDonald's, no, they don't need to be here, right? So there's a difference there. But I did see that kind of theme in there. And then also he supposedly stopped a war between what was supposed to be Russia, obviously, and some. It wasn't even Ukraine. It was some like bizarre third world nation because there was an evil country. They were basically all white, but they had like a Slavic accent. And then you had these other people. They're supposed to be heroic, but it looked like something out of Camp of the Saints. If you read that book, all this Mongol people running around. Is that the dog or not?
No,
the
it's
cat?
Buddy. The dog is in his crate.
Yeah, Benji's in his crate. So
that's why Buddy's here, because he gets chased and terrorized by Benji.
So anyway, the theme was that, the evil, it was kind of weird because Superman stopped that war. That happened before the movie even started, but for some reason they wanted to fight it again. And
because it was basically Lex Luthor was the military industrial complex. He was making all this money.
But it turned out he wasn't. It was actually to kill Superman because Superman, you're different than us.
But he was making money. They said that. He was selling and making all this money.
No, but you missed the part where they said, oh, he's only making $1 billion. It should have been 28 billion. So anyway, so it was an obvious reference to that. I didn't really care for that. And, it wasn't super propaganda, but it just fell flat to me. I know a lot of people liked it, and a lot of people, because it has some humor in it. I get it.
It's a popcorn movie. You're not supposed to think that deep. And I doubt most of the people that go see it are really going to be thinking about how this is supposed to be a reference to like illegal aliens or something, because I doubt most people even think that.
But this is how they subvert in culture. They always have, even since the 70s, is they make a theme. Because they made definitely the reference, oh, if you don't accept some alien, you just have this prejudice and this unfounded fear of the other, and we need to allow it in. And remember, Superman, I'm just as American as you, or whatever.
Human, I think he's
human. And I especially since that James Gann in that interview drew the reference to that.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so I definitely caught that propaganda. Now, didn't a lot of people go over their head? Maybe, but I mean, I could catch it. I thought it was fairly obvious that they were trying to do that route with it. Now, again, if there's some propaganda, I can deal with that. But the movie was, I don't even remember the movie hardly. They were trying to kill him for some reason, and then
they cloned him. Lex Luthor got some of his hair and something and cloned him, and that's how he was able to break in the ice castle.
And then they made an alternate pocket universe
where
or something.
He was fighting all the criminals, and it caused a rift in the universe or something. And there was like a black hole like coming through the
and then you had like this
like
weird,
a lot of pseudoscience-y shit.
You had this ugliest baby from a mutant. I don't know. I wish it would have just been killed anyway. Oh, then they had his one friend in New York City that helped them because Superman was beat up at first for whatever reason.
Oh, it was Indian.
It was some Indian guy that helped them. And then they later, that Indian guy was shot. I don't care if I spoil it. And everyone was like, "Oh, is that so sad?" Crying. I'm like, "No,
I don't care." Was anybody really crying?
No, I wasn't. I was like,
they didn't even introduce you to the character. It was like, here's just some Indian guy.
You couldn't. There was no character development that you could feel attached to any character. No. It was all very superficial. Of course, it's a comic movie, but
right. Yeah, but that's why the old Superman was different, because I think they did have some character development back in the 70s and early 80s. Because you did feel bad, because we were talking with my sister about it, the second one, how it was kind of sad because he couldn't be with Lois Lane because he had to give up his powers to be with her, and then Zod and all those aliens came and he had to fight them, so he had to get his powers back, and they had to wipe Lois's memory so she didn't remember any of it happened.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen in my memory with this movie. It happened within a half hour. And another twist, speaking of Lois Lane, is they were already a couple beforehand. So there wasn't this mystery of Clark Kent and Sherry. They were already in like a relationship.
I wonder if this was based on like a comic or something. I don't know, because some of them are kind of based on comics, and there's so many.
I didn't get any, though, really chemistry between any of the characters. No. I mean, I didn't give a shit about any character. I didn't find them having like this great like love affair.
I liked Superman and I liked his dog, but I didn't.
No, the dog. I take that back. The dog was the best actor in the movie. The dog was a lot of fun, and it was a superhero dog. And if it's just a movie about a dog, it'd probably be pretty good. I
Well,
like
they
the
have a
dog.
movie about the dog, but it's like CGI.
And then at the very end, they had Superwoman, which I didn't know
No,
what's a thing.
Supergirl.
Supergirl. What the hell's that?
Oh, come
I
on.
thought
Paul,
they
you know
have
who the hell-
Wonder Woman. Why do they need Supergirl? Never heard
Supergirl's been around forever. They made a movie in the 80s with Helen Slater. Where the hell have you been?
Is she different than Wonder Woman?
Yes, she's different than Wonder Woman. There's a lot of characters in these like universes, Paul. Yeah, Wonder Woman's different than Supergirl. Supergirl's related to him. I didn't know it was supposed to be his cousin, but I think that's right. Kind of like She-Hulk and the Hulk are cousins.
Yeah, and they had like the Justice League, and again, I'm not familiar with the lore. And they had the trope of the smart black guy that had these cubes or whatever.
Yeah, Mr. Terrific.
And then they had the Green Lantern. You said he's supposed to be gay. He was kind of
No, he
fabulous.
seemed kind of gay in the movie.
And then they had this girl that flew around like a hawk girl.
Yeah.
It was like a Hawktua girl or something.
No, she's a hawk. I think her name's Hawk Girl. I don't really remember her from the cartoon, but I have seen her. I remember the cheetah woman.
She was as useless as tits
She
on
was
a
a bad guy,
tomcat,
though,
though. I
cheetah.
mean, she didn't really do much.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, she was in. I think of the Justice League, the black guy was a more prominent character.
Well, I think Green Lantern's supposed to be, but I don't remember in the Batman Lego movie if it was either Aquaman or Green Lantern that no one ever wanted to sit next to. Do you remember that when we watched that and all the characters were hanging out and no one wanted to hang out with Green Lantern? So it might have been him, but I was like, is it Aquaman or Green Lantern? I couldn't remember.
It was full, though. There were a lot of people in the theater. I think it's going to do well.
It will, because it's Superman.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been to a comic book movie since Wonder Woman. And if there was like a good Batman, I'd probably go see Batman. It's a popcorn movie. It's
I guess there's
but...
just like these random scenes like, oh, he has to fight this giant monster. It's all kind of tongue in cheek. You remember that thing that starts out small and becomes like a big loser?
Yeah, well, that was to distract him so Lex Luthor could do something else. I can't remember now what it was.
Yeah.
There was a lot of action with not much story. I mean, there was a story there, but they could have worked on the story.
I honestly forget the story. Something about
he was cloned. He couldn't defeat him, and Lex Luthor was trying to get this country, I guess that was supposed to be Russia. They were against Superman or something, or the whole thing.
No, they were trying to invade that stupid primitive country
Yes.
of like these brown hordes of people.
Right,
that were
but
like,
Lex Luthor was
you can
working
smell
with the
it.
other
You can almost
country,
smell it. Yeah,
remember?
I was rooting for the bad guy country.
I wasn't. I want to root for Lex Luthor.
I couldn't stand the hordes of people there, and the little brown kid. Oh, we're Superman. Remember that? And then who showed up? Was the Green Lantern or the black guy? They
Mr. all did, I think.
Mr.
Did they all
Terrible.
show up? They all showed up.
Yeah, so to review this, I have to do a disclaimer. I'm not a huge super fan. I'm no pun intended. I'm not a comic book type of movie guy. I like Batman maybe a little bit, but the rest, I never understood Superman because he's got almost unlimited powers, except for kryptonite. But other than that, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And I know it's a comic, but it's like if you ever played role-playing games, you'd be considered overpowered. There's just no. I just. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I guess it's not supposed to. I get it, but I like movies, and we've seen movies together we both like. What was that movie about, The Life of Chuck?
Yeah.
That was a really good movie.
That had some woke shit in it too, though.
Yeah, but still, there was a lot of character development plot, and this was zero character.
Well, it's not supposed to be.
All right, there's no character development.
It's a comic book movie. You don't have to develop the characters. Everybody knows who Superman is. We don't have to know his back. We all know his backstory.
But maybe it's my age, and maybe when I was 14, it's cool to see a big monster smash cars and Superman fight him and defeat him. But how many times you got to see that till it becomes boring? I mean,
this one had the dog in it.
That was
That's what added to it, I think.
And
but I agree. I think the older ones are better. I think the one with Christopher Reeve. That's the
I
best
agree.
one.
I saw that one too, and I did.
Those
like
were
that
a lot better because they couldn't do all the crazy effects because they didn't have
it's
the
heavy
technology.
CGI, yeah.
So it's like that's kind of why they have to redo all this. Like, look what we can make it look so realistic, even though it doesn't really look realistic. But it makes you feel more like you're there.
In some ways, it felt like a cartoon.
Yeah, kind of.
Maybe it was supposed to, but
when he's
it
like
was,
flying around.
or where they're in that pocket dimension with all this nonsense,
Yeah.
and it was, and then Lex Luthor, I guess early on, he was like fighting with these other Superman type bad guys. I forget what they were called, but he was like controlling their actions like he was playing a video game. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's all the TVs. I don't know. I didn't think there was much plot. There wasn't much character development. If you do like monsters squishing cars and Superman like fighting them, and then I
If
guess
you like comic book movies, it's a decent one.
yeah. Well,
I've
there was
seen ones that are
they did
worse.
some humor, which mostly fell flat to me for the most part, but they did attempt some like funny stuff a little bit. Like Jimmy had that girl that was kind of a stalker. That was mildly amusing. The dog was funny. I like
Yeah.
that. His dog was funny. So I would give it a 2 out of 5 stars. What would you give it?
Probably 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. So
because I actually do like the character Superman, and he was nice to look at, and like you said, he was white. So
no, I give you that.
They
Now
didn't black him up.
it's
like
not. No, they like I said with
who was
Sacha.
the character that recently that I saw that they made black? Who the hell was that? There was some comic book guy that's black now. Oh, Captain America, I think, is black.
Oh, really?
So that was decent too. The first Captain America. Me and Brandon and my sister were talking about this yesterday because they like some comic movies, but you pretty much hate them all. So
Yeah.
Paul's probably not the guy to go to if you're going to get a review of a comic. He doesn't even like Batman '89.
I like the Dark Knight the best.
That's
I did like that. Yeah, I did like that. Of the superhero, I like Batman because he seems like not as powerful and a little bit.
But what's the point? That's what's kind of cool. Like superheroes are badass, and like I always kind of like the X-Men because they had neat powers. Like,
but if you're
could change
almost
the
godlike
weather.
power, then there's no tension because nothing can really kill you. It's
But
just
things always do.
yeah.
Other
They
than
always
that-
have some like pocket universe or kryptonite or. I get it, but it's
What about the Hulk? He's pretty powerful too. I guess he's not as powerful as Superman, but
that's the guy that got mad and he turned green monster or whatever. Yeah,
I like the Hulk.
At
least the old movie, or not movie, show and the comics.
It was funny because we went out to dinner to this Mediterranean place in Fayetteville, which never go. The food was good. It was called Tangiers. I don't care if they hear this, but it had flies in the restaurant.
And the air didn't seem to work.
It was humid in there. It's a hot day. And the waitress said, yeah, this place is an old building. We always have flies. I'm like, where are these flies coming from? There's some dead back there, these maggots. I mean, it's just gross.
And the waitress was nice, but
I mean, the food was good, but I'm thinking, geez, how clean
the
is this place?
fries were good. My meat, I think Tzatziki's is better.
Yeah.
I like their meat better.
So Tangiers, I'd give it a thumbs down in Fayetteville for cleanliness. Greek food can be pretty good.
I like Greek food.
But that's where we all were. And then Brandon brought up like, well, the reason you don't like comics, Paul, must be because you liked comics as a kid and you were bullied for it. I'm like, no, I never liked them as a kid either. I mean, I did like.
You have some though.
I do. As a kid, I had some.
But they're not. They're not. The comics you have though are like Aristocats or whatever. You have like Disney ones, like ones I have.
I had the originals.
But you don't have any Superman or anything that I've seen back there.
I have a Stan Lee comics there back there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
which one?
I'll show you. This in the bathroom because when I'm on the toilet, sometimes I read it. Yes. It's from the 70s and I got it. I ruined it because my name was on it, Paul, so my brother wouldn't steal it. But I wasn't a huge comic fan. I was more into science fiction, I think, than comics. And so I was never really into them. And I don't hate them. It's just I know there's a lot of nerd culture that really gets into it. And there was some like next to me, some
nerd
of those
culture. Then
those 3 guys next to me were kind of neckbeards that looked like they came from the gaming store next down. I thought maybe Boogie would be there or something, but I didn't see him. It's hard for me to rate it. If you like comic type books, movies.
I mean, it's entertaining. It's a popcorn movie. It's not going to be.
Well, see, this is where I differ. I did not find it entertaining. I got bored.
Oh, well, because you get bored of it. I thought I was entertained.
It's just like I was just waiting for it to be done. So because go get something to drink or something. But it was.
Next time I'll go with Brandon.
No,
I go see Jurassic Park.
I like going out with you. I mean, I like going to movies and stuff like that.
It's not worth spending money on somebody that hates the movie, though. I'd rather go with.
Well, that's what part of the fun. Some movies you love, some you hate, like that.
But we already
movie
knew you were going to hate it.
Well, I didn't hate it. I didn't give it a 1 star. I gave it a 2 stars. So it's
Because
not
of the
hate.
dog.
Yeah, the dog saved it a little bit.
We need a superhero cat.
Yeah. Hey, we got a couple of super chats. Or we got a power chat before the show started by David. $10. Z-Man wanted me to send this to you. I remember telling Chris that you read him every day back when. Said he was flattered that then I contacted you to get him on the show shortly after history was made. Oh, thank you, David. Yeah, I didn't know you're the one that I forgot that you were the one that did that. But yeah, I miss Z-Man. I really do miss my Wednesday show with him. So
Yeah, I do
that was sad.
too.
It was brief, but it was a really good show. I could tell that. And we were just building momentum too. It's going to get better all the time. Ken C, $20. Thank you so much. Very generous. And let's see here. It said, you're really selling the movie. I think well, maybe Sacha can sell it better than me. I'm just giving you, I thought this would be fun because this is
comic book movie. If you like comic book movies, it was entertaining. If you like Superman, the dog is cute, and I was entertained. It's not like you're not going to walk in that movie and it's not going to change your life. I'll probably forget about it. But if you just want to be entertained for 2 hours, it's entertaining. If you like comic books, and he was white, so they didn't change him like they did Captain America.
Right.
So
I was telling Sasha beforehand, at least they didn't make him black or trans or something like that. So,
and we go see that stuff. I always want to watch the old Supermans. It kind of gets you nostalgic for the stuff that was better.
So I would give that a oh, here we go. You want to read this?
Randall Flag, thank you. Sash and Rams, I really thought you were belly aching about the real estate prices like everyone, but a couple websites have Fayetteville as the fastest growing market in the U.S. above coastal cities. Yeah, I mean, the area's grown so much. I saw something where they said we're going to run out of wastewater for building bathrooms or whatever. There was some article about it because it's just crazy how much it's growing.
Right. And we don't live in Fayetteville, but that's the closest major city to us. And Fayetteville is just the kind of describing the area a little bit for people that don't live here. I didn't live here until 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Fayetteville is a college town. It's an old town from predates the Civil War, but the University of Arkansas is here. And like most college towns, it's pretty liberal, I would say.
Yeah, it is.
But then you have the surrounding area that tended to be very rural for many years. You get the hillbilly vibe. But Walmart moved in, and Tyson Chicken, and what's that trucking company? Hunt?
JB Hunt.
JB Hunt. And so this area has really grown. And so now you have this area of Bentonville, Rogers, which are basically one city. And they're kind of next to Springdale, which connects to Fayetteville. So we're getting kind of like a mega complex, basically. So Fayetteville itself is still under 100,000, or it's getting close to 100,000.
No, it's pretty close.
It's
Last
close
time
to
I saw it was 94,000.
It's getting close, but it's still under. But the whole area is a lot bigger.
Oh,
when
yeah.
You talk about
I was
Rogers.
talking about just Fayetteville.
Yeah, and this whole area, there's a lot of people moving in because it is affordable, but that is rapidly changing. So that is, but compared to California or something like that, it's still very.
Well, we in Moscow were talking about it yesterday. It's almost like a double-edged sword. Because I said because he goes, this is kind of how we wanted it when we were in high school, where there's concerts and things.
Right.
But he goes, we were just dumb kids and we didn't know like what we were wishing for. He said some ways it's nice because we are getting things we never got. Like when I was in high school, if you said, Megadeth's going to play in Rogers, I would have been like, yeah, right. And we're getting big bands now that big cities get, like in Rogers at the Amp. Never would have came here before, and we get a Lego store and there's tons of restaurants and shopping. And so, I mean, it helps the economy's good here, I think. Like if you want a job, you could probably get one pretty easily. And
without doxing where you went to high school, I don't know if you care, but that town now, it used to be like a real kind of a small rural town, but now it's become very hipsterish.
It is. Well, even Bentonville, it seems. Me and Moscow went downtown. We went to Crystal Bridges. That's another thing. We have a nice art museum that rivals like art museums in big cities because it's really nice. And we wouldn't have that if it wasn't for all the people coming here. But at the same time, it stinks because now the price of things are going up and we're getting changing demographics. And
well, it's crowded now when in the traffic up, especially in the Rogers, Bentonville.
Oh, it's worse than Fayetteville. Yeah. It's horrible. Yesterday, when I was taking Mosca home, they had like I don't know why, they had a street just blocked off for part of it. I don't know if there had been a wreck there or what. Everyone had to detour on some little side street, and it was a 4-way stop. It took forever. I want to say it took like 15 minutes just to get to him home, whereas normally it would have taken like 3.
And probably some of the biggest immigrants we have originally, this area, let's say in the 70s, because I looked at it, was like almost 100% white. It's like 99% white. And then in the 80s and 90s, they started getting a lot of Mexicans in Springdale because of the chicken plant.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of Hispanics. But recently in Rogers and Bentonville is being flooded by Indians.
It is.
And so we got that demographic all over now, which isn't
Because of
necessarily the best.
Walmart, I think.
Yeah. And because H-1B visas and all that bullshit, which is bullshit because there's a lot of Americans, especially young people, can get jobs, and they bring in these H-1B visas. So that kind of sucks. So it is definitely growing, but as you said, there's good points and bad points. We still live in a pretty rural area, but the closest small town like where I shop at, it's even growing. They're building
it will because people can't afford Fayetteville.
Right.
That's what happened. So everyone will go outside of Fayetteville to live. And they don't I don't think Fayetteville's that business friendly either. And because a lot of times we get things in Fayetteville, they move to somewhere else. Like the AMP was in Fayetteville and it moved to Rogers. Bike, Booze, and Barbecue, which I am glad they got rid of because it was annoying. But that's in Rogers and it used to be in Fayetteville. So I think they make it easier. Those places want the revenue and Fayetteville really doesn't. Oh, thank you. Sacha, the Superman actor, isn't actually white. Check his wiki early life. Yeah, I figure, but he's still nice looking. So.
Yeah, when we say white, we present as white.
Right.
Let's put that way, because obviously Hollywood, I mean, it's heavily of that group. That's no doubt. But yeah, so I don't even know who Lois Lane was. Did you?
Nope. I don't know a lot of new actors unless they're in multiple movies.
She
wasn't great, but she wasn't.
She didn't impress me, but she didn't offend me. She was just kind of there. I mean, she was attractive, I guess, but it didn't stand out.
She wasn't like the Margot Kidder. Me and Moscow were talking about that, how Margot Kidder was kind of a bad actress if you watch those now. And she's really not that pretty, but she had kind of personality.
Yeah.
And she was smart. And that was the whole thing with Superman didn't want to date a bimbo. Like that girl that took all the selfies. Lex Luthor's girlfriend was a bimbo.
Yeah. And they had some funny scenes. I give that. Like a whole disaster's happening, monsters destroying the town, and you have these bimbos taking selfies. Yeah. I mean, that's something that probably would happen.
Yeah.
So they did have some fun stuff in it. So again, I don't rate it a 1 star. I put it as a 2. It's not a horrific.
It could have been better, though. You're right.
Yeah. And so Sacha gets a 3. So we're not really that off.
No.
We're just a star off. So we were pretty good. So out of a 5-star rating. The other thing I wanted to talk about, because I did a tweet and it was about Las Vegas. And let me maybe show you guys, because this guy says sometimes just a lot of nonsense.
But now it's Trump's fault that he's going to Vegas? Yeah,
Vegas is in a slump, and they were saying, let me just bring this up here if you guys can see it. We'll do this real briefly here. And this guy was saying that Las Vegas is destroyed, tourism is dead because they hate America and they're deporting all these illegals.
I don't know if I believe that it's dead. We went in March, at the end of March for spring break. It was not dead. It was fucking packed. And tickets were still selling out to shows. So maybe they're not doing as well as they were doing, but I don't think you can call it dead. I went to Atlantic City like 10 years ago. That was dead. I don't think Vegas is quite dead.
Yeah, it's changed a lot. And as I said, what's made it changed a lot is years ago when I first started to go to Vegas, there's this Atlantic City and Las Vegas, basically all you could go to.
That's what made me think
now they have casinos everywhere. You can gamble online.
Yep.
And they're pretty modern. And the Strip, as I said the food prices, but everything on the Strip, again, when I went in the 80s and 90s, was extremely affordable. You get a cheap hotel room. Food was extremely cheap because they wanted to bring you in for gambling. Alcohol was cheap. Now everything's so damn expensive. just say fast food in a casino, it like here, let's say it's gone up here in Fayetteville, but let's say you pay like $8 for a combo meal. In Vegas is $20, and to get any sort of drink is like $20. It's just crazy.
It is.
So the food is and everything's so expensive, and they have all these different taxes.
Well, and the parking too, because it's like you think, well, you could rent a car and eat off the strip, but then you have to pay for parking or Uber, and so then that ends up costing money too. Because I think there was only a couple that had free parking. Because when we stayed at the Excalibur, we have to pay to park, or they have free parking? I can't remember. A couple of them had free parking, but then you had to. Maybe it was Circus had free parking.
They still do, I think, but most.
But no one wants to stay at Circus. That's probably why. I think if they want to bring Vegas back, they should focus on the kitsch again. Get rid of this. All the hotels have to be like the Cosmo. And the Cosmo's pretty inside, but I think it's more impressive. Like when I went and I saw the pyramid and the castle, that stuff to me was like, wow, this is awesome. And that's when I really fell in love with it. But you get rid of all that stuff, and it's kind of like, why even bother to go?
Vegas is
expensive.
And you get off, it's pretty a dirty city now. There's a lot of illegals that live there. North Vegas is heavily black, heavily crime. Vegas has problems, really. It's a very hot, obviously, place. Well, like it's 109 today. They don't have hardly any water, so it's, you don't have the green. I don't know. It's and there's a lot of bums there, and it's.
Oh, and they got rid of a lot of, like you said, the buffets.
Yeah, that used to be key.
My boss at work said that's what she likes to do. She's been to Vegas a few times. She goes, I love going to the buffets. There's not many left, and we went to Luxor one year for Thanksgiving. That's closed now, or it's going to be closed. The only ones left is what Excalibur has one still. MGM has one because we ate at that one. Caesars has one, but it's real expensive. Yeah. Cosmo has one, I think. And I think, or they have one for brunch, I think. And then Bellagio, I think, has one. But you said like almost all the places used to have them.
Oh, yeah.
I think Circus has one too. But if you look at the reviews and the pictures of some of them, don't look that great. Like the one at Circus.
Oh, that was always a bad buffet. Yeah. But Circus is kind of more of the trashier part of the strip. It's an old casino.
And I like Circus. What they should do is just renovate it.
They get a lot of Mexicans there.
Yeah, because they bring their children.
They bring their kids and strollers and everything. And that's one thing I really did like. The last time I never decided to splurge, but last time we splurged and we stayed at Caesars. And the nicest thing, this beautiful hotel. And it's still not like it was in the glory days in the 70s. They had a lot more fun back there with it, with more of the role playing with Caesar and
bring that stuff back.
I know they used to do that.
We saw that thing with the Luxor and had the canals and the boats and stuff. And I was like, that looks awesome. But they got rid of all that stuff. And you said they used to have people dressed like Dorothy to do the Wizard of Oz thing, and they had the big lion's mouth. Bring it back.
Caesar's Palace, they'd have like these hot women and these buff guys in togas running around.
People love that shit.
They loved it, but
tell me they don't love it.
They got rid of all that. And but the one thing I was saying that was nice about Caesar is it tended to be more of, I would say, a white and Asian demographic. Mm-hmm. And what was really nice, we went to the adult pool, and you're thinking, because it's topless or optional or whatever, right. But everyone wore the swimsuit. But what was nice, there was no kids. I could imagine if you went to like the circus pool, it'd be like the South Park, a bunch of Mexican
where all
kids.
They jump in and the water all turns yellow.
Yes, it'd be grease or something. It'd be gross.
Well, I went in the Mirage pool by myself when we went the first time, and it was like a sea of Mexican children in there. There's barely any room to swim.
Yeah.
So it was nice. It's almost worth it because I think you can pay to go to the pool if you're not staying at Caesars. It'd almost be worth it if you like to swim.
But it was like a bunch of white people in a pool, and people could bring the drinks in the pool. Everyone's like chill.
Pretty much everyone was drinking except for me and you.
Yeah.
Everybody I saw had cocktails. They weren't even swimming there, but it was nice. It wasn't super crowded.
Yeah, in the pool they had a cocktail. So everyone's just this vibe, and it felt really good. And I really enjoyed that vacation. That was a great time, especially the pool. I really did enjoy that. So, but yeah, I think Vegas has lost their way a lot of ways from the way I remember it. It's just kind of generic now.
Well, and then they got rid of the volcano. They got rid of the Mirage to put a Hard Rock there. I heard they're getting rid of Casino Royale, which is just a cute little place. So they're getting rid of like all this old school stuff.
Well, it's all about nickel and diming you of everything. It used to be when I first went to Vegas, if you didn't gamble, it was like a cheap vacation because they wanted to bring people in. So the rooms were extremely cheap, even nice ones. And food was, they almost gave it away for free, really good food. And drinks were cheap because they wanted you to gamble. Now it's all corporatized. And they went away from the fun themes like the pyramid and Caesar's Palace. I mean, they're still there, but they're going away from the theme aspect.
Yeah, I think
and they're
that's a
making them all
mistake.
cookie cutter, and everything's so expensive, extremely expensive. And I think they tried to clean up, but the time before you had all these bums or homeless on the strip. I remember one guy that was near the Mirage across the street. Remember, he was shooting up heroin. You didn't see it, but he was actually shooting up.
You told me, I believe you.
And
you
it was
people playing fake drums and just being obnoxious.
You don't need that, and just people look really horrible, and the glamour days just seem to be gone. And then we went to that. I wanted to take Sacha. I'm like, Sacha, I want to take you because they no longer have the old school Las Vegas shows. They're all these Cirque du Soleil bullshit that I get tired of.
I do like Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, but it gets like it's like superhero movies. It's fun the first time, they get real old. And I wanted the old school where you'd have variety acts, you'd have the old school showgirls, topless, feathers, are kind of hot, right? Well, we went to this one. What was it?
Dita Von Teese.
Dita Von Teese, and they're supposed to be old school. I'm excited. And then all the showgirls come out. And I'm like, what the hell? The showgirl that pops up next to me has hairy legs. And then I looked up, he had a mustache. It was a dude dressed up in feathers, some gay guy.
And Dita was barely in the show, and it was her show, and we very rarely saw her.
Then they had this showgirl doing a solo dance as a beast.
On a horse, and it's like
disgusting.
It is, but that's got to be inclusive, you know how they are.
And it was, I was really disappointed. The old Vegas, it was Sin City, but it has some sophistication to it a little bit. Too bad I couldn't have showed you that Vegas. It was a lot of fun. Now it just seems real trashy. You have a lot of Mexicans with their kids pushing through the strollers through the casinos.
Lots of obesity.
And then you have the diversity of the Black population doing their usual thing. And it's just, I'm not saying it's horrible, but it's just.
I always have fun. I mean, I like it, but I think
you got to really just.
You have to get really fucked up. Like that's like
well,
the first time I went, I didn't like
it,
and I had to go to a dispensary because it's just too loud.
You don't want to go in the summer and walk around.
Well, that's what we did too.
That's too hot.
It was.
You just want to, and you got to.
But it is nice to walk if you can go before it at some point when it's not real crowded, like late at night. Just stay on the strip and just walk and see everything lit up. It is nice, and go in the pyramid. I kind of like that end of the strip. I like the pyramid, the castle, the lion. All that stuff.
It's something Paris. I say everyone should check out once.
The Bellagio Gardens are beautiful. That's worth seeing too, and it's free to go look at those. And what was the one that had the carousel? Was that the Wynn? I saw it online. It was like things, the best lobbies.
Oh, I think so.
Vegas, and we went there and I took pictures. And
that was pretty
beautiful too.
There
are great.
There are pretty things there.
It is expensive though. I mean, maybe if they just lowered the price, but it had places that aren't so crowded. I mean, everywhere you go, it seems like it's just packed. If you go at dinner time, you have long waits. That's why I don't buy this. It's dead. It seems like every time we would go, we'd have to wait, except at that True Food Kitchen.
And then
that wasn't bad.
And then I'm a gambler. I used to be, and I used to win a lot of money playing blackjack back in the day. But they changed the rules. Now they don't pay off blackjacks properly, and they have multiple decks. The minimums are very high.
That sucks.
And so the games themselves aren't as they're harder to win than they used to be. And the slot machines were not the old school. They have all these weird Asian slot machine type stuff,
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just doesn't. And so many of the cool stuff they had to take out, like when you went into the old MGM, they had this huge, massive golden lion, and you went in its mouth. But then, some Asian people, they find that disturbing. You're going into a lion's mouth. Then I get to stay the hell out then,
Yeah.
Luxor had the same thing too. They had to build up other towers because I love staying in the pyramid. It's such a cool architectural design, right? It's cool to be staying in there. But they had to make other towers because Asians is unlucky to sleep in a tomb because
There's a documentary I found on YouTube, and it's about the making of the Luxor. It came out when it was born, or the year that it came out. It was about making it, but it looked cool. Like it showed the canals, and you could see what it used to look like.
It was neat
before they dumbed it down.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that. It's really a shame. They take a lot of the fun out of these, because that's why you win. They should keep that up because you can gamble everywhere now.
Well, and I think another issue is like whenever we would go, we usually go either Thanksgiving week or we go spring break week. A lot of the acts, like we wanted to go both times. Rod Stewart wasn't even there because he's off those weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like any time that you're going to be able to go when you get time off work, then no one's going to be there. Maybe have some fill-in, have another big act or something. So there's not just dead stuff because there's so many shows we've already seen now.
I heard
like
that,
when we go, we're getting down to the bare bones because we've seen almost all the Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, and I get tired of those. I heard they make a lot of their people that come to Vegas now. It's not so much people like us that just go for fun. They're either with conventions or they're show based or something.
Yeah, they do have a lot of conventions there.
And obviously, you've always, even back in the day, you get a lot of people from LA come up from the weekend because it's about a 4 or 5 hour drive from LA or something like that.
4 hours.
So, because once before we got married, that trip we got married, we came into Vegas early because of. There's a whole thing. My dad's funeral got canceled, and so we didn't have reservations. Remember, we had troubles finding a spot.
We were going to stay.
It was a Friday night,
and even then we couldn't
it was all
get a
booked.
room.
I know it was really tough. We finally found something. I mean, it worked out well, but it was really tough to find a room. So I wouldn't say it's dead. I mean, some casinos are dead. We went to the dead. Rio, but that was
that's off because that's a nice. I like the Rio too. Mm-hmm. That's one of those, like you said, they should have a shuttle that goes from the Rio to the Strip because I would be down to stay there next time if they had that because they had that cool Kiss Museum and the golfing, the mini golf. That was a lot of fun. And that's in the Rio.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Did you say they used to have a parade or something?
They did. Yeah,
I bet they all got rid of that stuff, and that's probably why they're hurting too because people are like, oh, you don't have this.
It's like they took away the fun from Las Vegas. I have no idea why they would. It's like all these corporate types now. No, we can't have any fun.
Well, I thought it was because
we can't make it Egyptian theme and play up to that because that's kitschy. Oh, we can't do the Roman Empire.
Didn't you say that you read an article or something that Playboy or somebody wrote back in the day about how the kitsch was just corny and that's when they all stopped doing it? And it's like, don't listen to these assholes. Listen to people because most people like the kitsch. I like it. Most people do. That's why people take pictures of themselves in front of all this stuff now. And they took it all down. And the same one, the Mirage, when they got rid of the Mirage, when we went, they took the cool plaque and the statue of Siegfried and Roy. They're kind of like Vegas history. Can't you just put that somewhere else or just leave that up?
Well, it was cool. They had a volcano out and they used to erupt. And
they got rid of the tigers.
Well, Treasure Island next to Mirage. When I went there originally, they're still out there, those pirate ships, but like every hour they would pay actors to do a mock pirate fight with like cannon going off and everything. They just cut all that.
Yeah. I wonder if it's to save money or because we have to pay these actors. We might as well pocket the money.
Yeah.
So then they skimp on quality, to make more money. And then it ends up suffering. Because I don't remember it. I've seen postcards. Excalibur used to have a guy dressed like a wizard.
Oh, yeah, they do that all the time.
And they had stuff like that because I got some of those postcards and I thought, why don't they do that? They should play that up. And also, you have a castle. Why don't you get some stuff to help, like maybe do something Game of Thrones themed? Like they had the Hunger Games thing at the MGM, which is gone now. But they should do something like that or Lord of the Rings or something that's kind of like that would go with kind of the Excalibur.
They all want to be like Cosmopolitan or just the standard hotel.
But it's boring. Are people that boring?
But then at that point, why go to Vegas?
That's what I mean. We could go to the Hard Rock in Tulsa.
That's the thing. They're tearing down the Mirage to put a stupid Hard Rock. Hard Rocks are everywhere.
And the Mirage was beautiful and had the mermaids and all that stuff. Like, and they got rid of the tigers and the dolphins and I don't know. That's their problem.
I think there's part of that. I guess the last thing I wanted to talk about, then we can wrap up, is the whole Epstein thing. I talked a little bit about it. I haven't really talked to you much about it. What's your take on that? Because there's a couple of points here. Our friend Dave, actually, he texted me. He said he really appreciated my viewpoint because I'm kind of in the middle ground. I think Epstein was a creep. He was a sex criminal. Maybe they were doing some blackmail stuff, but I think people overdid it. Like there's this huge spy ring, blackmail ring, Mossad doing it, and Trump was going to expose it all, and now it's all nothing. And so people are either thinking, well, maybe, are they all involved with it, or what's happening? What's your thoughts on this whole Epstein thing? Or do you even care?
No, I do. I think that he probably was Mossad. A lot of people think that. I think he probably was, because how did he go from being a teacher to making all that money? I mean, the guy had a lot of money and he had powerful connections and everything else. But if there was any kind of list, they're probably not going to keep it like you said on a spreadsheet. But any files they had, they probably burned them. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't exist anymore.
Well, that's the other theory. Maybe the Biden administration destroyed all the evidence.
They maybe did. But I've heard two things too. I always thought, well, the reason, because Trump had been there lots of times, and people think maybe Trump was part of the racket. And
he never went to the island, though.
Oh, okay, that's good.
He did meet Epstein in New York City.
Okay, but he never actually went to the island.
No.
Because some people were saying, if Trump was on that list, like Biden would have released it. And that's what I always kind of thought too. But then also they didn't release it because a lot of their people were on the list too. I'm sure it would incriminate both people, Democrats and Republicans.
Well, supposedly Epstein helped introduce him to Melania.
Yeah.
Because Epstein had all these connections. And I don't know, because I'm not rich and famous, but I guess all these rich and famous and powerful people kind of know each other.
Yeah,
kind of makes sense, I guess. And so just because you know someone in that sphere doesn't mean you're necessarily best buds with them.
No.
And Trump, supposedly, even before all this broke out, he thought Epstein was kind of a creep and banned him from his properties.
Well, he was.
So I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think Trump is involved with the whole pedophile stuff. I don't think
he is either. Because it sounded like when he found out, he was kind of like spooked about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully that wasn't because he was part of it. But I think if there is anything, they scrubbed it a long time ago, like Hillary Clinton's server. You're never going to know. They're not going to tell us. Remember, they were going to release all this stuff about MLK and all that stuff. But then I heard his family were the ones like throwing a fit about that.
Because he engaged with teen prostitutes.
They don't want if Israel was involved.
That's the thing.
They don't want us to know, because Israel's already on thin ice with most people in the U.S. There's a few Christian Zionists, but I would say the bulk of people are not really down with the shit going on, the shit they do and getting our country involved. So that would just make them look even worse if they found out they were giving this creep money. Like, what the hell?
As part of the blackmail
Our best
operation.
little buddy was doing this. So yeah. We're never going to know anything. They're not going to tell anybody. But Trump should have kept his damn mouth shut about making such a big deal about this.
Man, Pam Bondi, and you heard Megyn Kelly called for her to step down.
A lot of people have.
Because she made this big to-do. I played the video today of it before the election, how, they need to come clean and show all the list and this, that. When I'm in, I'm going to show it all. And then she said, I'll have it on my desk, and this all disappears. So it's like, she lied. Did she lie to us back then or now?
I think she's just an attention whore that liked the attention, because she's on all these news shows and everything. And
supposedly she just loves being on these Fox News shows.
Because I don't understand too, when she gave those Trump people that they're supposed to be called influencers, whatever you call them, why she gave them those folders of information everybody already had.
Yeah, it was all redacted too.
Why did she do that?
Yeah.
Is she so stupid she didn't know?
I don't know. It didn't go over very well though. And So that is, I think they probably should do a special prosecutor, because I think the MAGA base is really upset about it.
They are.
Even people like Matt Walsh and Tucker Carlson, as you can say, well, Tucker Carlson has become too radical now, but Matt Walsh was upset about it too.
Yeah. I haven't seen his take on it. I haven't looked at it enough.
It's funny, the only people that think, let's just move on from this are people like Ben Shapiro and people that are of that ethnicity.
He probably knows Israel has something to do with it. Nothing to see here, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, gang.
Yeah. That could be the case. So I think that should be pretty.
But it sounds like Trump's not going to fire that witch, because there was something he posted.
Oh yeah, he had a big, long, rambling post.
Because I guess she was loyal to him during all the legal problems he had, and I get it. Trump's a loyalist guy. Like, if you're loyal to him, but Sounded like she fumbled the ball on the whole thing.
I'm not
And I don't
impressed
know if
with
she's
her.
that bright.
No. She looks like always like I said many times, like a Fox News airhead or
She
something.
probably is.
And that's it. And Trump tends to pick people if he's seen them on TV or something.
Right.
So
Well, like the press secretary girl seems kind of
yes,
like that too.
Yeah.
I mean, she's better than the one we had before.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
kind of like a perky blonde girl.
yeah, exactly.
Which it's better than having a woman that. What was the whole thing with that lady? She didn't know where Canada was, or what was the story?
Oh,
There was
the black lesbian
Yeah,
one?
there was some
Yeah.
story, or she mispronounced it. She call it Canada or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, she was really dumb.
Yeah.
So this woman seems brighter than her, but Trump has a type for sure.
That's kind of a low bar. That is for sure. So let's see here. I guess that's all I had on the list. Did you have anything else on the list to talk
No, I
about?
don't.
Otherwise, we can kind of wrap it up. So, guys, it's been fun again to do the Night Owls, and Sacha and I will be back on Thursday to do a show together. The new show's going well. I enjoy that.
Yeah, it's good.
We go get it. So we'll do more traditional news show. Our Night Owls is just kind of informal. We just talk pop culture mostly. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. Be sure to like and subscribe. I really do appreciate that. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.